Hello, everyone. What are the four goals of philosophy of physical activity? The first is to understand the nature of health and physical activity, particularly in the forms of exercise, sports, games, and dance. Second, to understand how confident we can be about our claims in kinesiology. Third, to understand the most important values of physical activity as well as its contributions to good living. And fourth, to learn how we ought to behave in sport and our professional lives as kinesiologists. Today, I will be discussing the eating disorders in sports, specifically in volleyball sports. Volleyball is a non aesthetic sport, which means an athletic activity where performance is judged by objective outcomes like goals, speed, score, or time rather than appearance, body shapes, or artistic presentation. Common examples include soccer, basketball, track and field, volleyball, and tennis. This is affecting the well being of these athletes for the love of competition in sports games. There are long term dietary restrictions like vomiting inductions, use of laxatives, diuretics. Diuretics is any substance such as medicine or drink that makes your body produce more urine to get rid of extra salt and water. They're also called water pills. And there are appetite suppressants and strenuous exercises got the purpose of burning calories are considered disordered eating behaviors. Eating eating disorders are characterized by an unusual concern about body weight and body image. And that can become everyday life, reducing the other interest in life until it is a threat to the physical and psychological well-being, resulting in death or physical illness. All for what? The impact takes on the human body to adopt disordered eating behavior as a strategy to lose body mass. The personal circumstances for the social environment. Fortunately, some factors may interfere with the environment and performance of a team, influence athletes' behavior, what is coach's leadership style. Since the sports leader can support the athletes by providing strategies, resources, or simply determining the obligations of each athlete to achieve team goals. Why is the personal opinion of the public? That brings me to think about the ways to understand the mind, body, and materialism, dualism, and holism. Poon Pillai Srirporn, often cited as Pine Pillai ETAL, period, is a nursing researcher and professor at Chiang Mai University in Thailand. Her published work focuses on material health, postpartum, weight retention, and health behaviors during pregnancy, suggested that almost half of the 63 elite regional level athlete experiences menstrual dysfunction. The phrase Beals ETAL, period, appears across several distinct academic, medical, and scientific fields. Most notably, it refers to landmark research on cranial capacity and human skull measurements. A foundational 1998 paper on quantum computing and polynomials by Robert Beals, and modern studies on muscle protein synthesis and obesity, with 17% elite volleyball players who participated in the study. Amenorrhea, spelled Amenorrhea, is the absence of menstruation. Categorized into primary, stop that. Amenorrhea, no period by age 15, and secondary amenorrhea, missing 3 or more periods in a row. Common causes include pregnancy, hormone imbalances, and extreme lifestyle factors. You can learn more about clinical definitions and care options. Sorry, forget about that part. God, I can't erase that. The elite female volleyball players were at an increased risk of menstrual dysfunction and have insufficient energy intake, placing them at risk for compromised performance and issues. Andropause is a gradual age-related decline in male hormones, specifically testosterone. The commonly featured low sex drive, fatigue, and mood changes. Unlike female menopause, the drop of testosterone is slow and does not mean a complete stop in hormone production. And for hypogonadism is a medical condition where the sex glands, testes in men, ovaries in women produce little or no sex hormones. It is split into 2 main types, primary and secondary. It can cause delayed puberty, low sex drive, and infertility. Excuse me. In fact, validated questionnaire for the detection of ED, Athletes Eating Habits Questionnaire, CHAD, CHAD, abbreviated, tests a score greater than 100 indicates a potential of an eating disorder. There is eating attitude tests, EAT -26, most evidence to detect symptoms compatible with anorexia nervosa. You would have to score higher than a 25 to be compatible with the presence of anorexia nervosa. In eating disorder, thirdly, the eating disorder inventory, EDI-2, evaluates the typical cognitive behavioral characteristics of anorexia nervosa and bulimia nervosa. And that score would need to be over 105, which warns about an perspective of body image. A score higher than 110 could indicate an eating disorder. Disorder eating sits on the spectrum between normal eating and an eating disorder, and may include symptoms and behaviors of eating disorders, but at a lesser frequency or lower level of severity. Disordered eating may include restrictive eating, compulsive eating, or irregular or inflexible eating patterns. Also, eating disorders are serious illnesses marked by severe disturbances in a person's behavior. Although many people may be concerned about their health, weight, or appearance, on occasion, some become fixated or obsessed with weight loss, body weight, or shape, and controlling their food intake. Given the apparent societal trend toward lifestyle behaviors, these problematic eating and restraint patterns often go undetected. It seems that the risk of eating disorders is higher in younger players, that those who compete at this level could be particularly vulnerable to eating disorders. Men are underestimated in the eating disorder literature. And tremendous raises to cost of health care, causing serious public health problems, burdens families and social support systems. It should really be emphasized that in volleyball, pressure from the coach to optimize performance can be even greater when compared to other sports. Muscle power goes down. Maybe the coach's autocratic behavior creates a negative mood state. Tension, depression, subjective fatigue. For them, it is directed toward a muscular Adonis like physique that requires a combination of losing weight in the sense of reducing fat content and gaining weight due to increasing muscle tissue. This combination of leanness and muscularity is characterized by and cutting, bulking and cutting. Dietary practice, where bulking is a phase excessive protein replenishment and cutting restrictive eating behavior, thereby resembling bulimic binges. In addition, classical purging methods like vomiting or laxatives use are applied after binges. Is there anything that can help replace disordered eating behavior in the sports industry to have a positive cognitive input for those athletes to achieve a fitness without having to raise drastic measures, especially with an increase in positive coaching techniques to bring out a healthier result? Question, comments, or advice? Please leave your lovely responses, for it will help future generations have a balance between technology and physical activity experience in the industry for non-aesthetic sports like volleyball. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed the video. Have a good day, everyone. Bye.